So it's nice to see all of you here this morning, and particularly Josiah, because we heard a little while ago Josiah was quite poorly. You were in hospital, weren't you, Josiah? And it turns out you had tonsillitis, but for a while you were very poorly. So we're really glad to see all of you here this morning. Thank you for making the effort as well to come down here to visit us. I know you want to be as involved as you can be in the life of this church before you start off the role that you're going to be having later next year. Tell us where you're staying, first of all.
We're staying at Pratt's Hayes Farm. It's a campsite, and we're tenting this time, so nice.
And that's, do everyone know what Pratt's Hayes is? No? Some don't. Just tell me what Pratt's Hayes is.
It's up Mayor Lane.
Mayor Lane, yeah.
Yeah.
So between Littleham and the Mayor, there's a little lane that goes along the back there. You probably never travelled on it. It's a horrible road to, well, not a horrible road, but it's not an easy road to go along. You need to think another way, with a caravan, and you'll be there for hours. Okay, so and you're going home tonight rather than tomorrow morning. Tell us a bit about what happened last night that made you want to go home a bit early.
So our first night wasn't too bad. We got down in fairly good time. We had quite good sleep. But last night there was a wedding, and we didn't realise it was a venue. So lots of the revellers were also camping, and all the band was going. They were going until about 11 with the music, and then everyone kind of poured out gradually to come back to their tents and didn't realise that there's other people about. So yeah, they enjoyed some lovely language and volume, and we had enjoyable times of just sitting in our tent looking at each other going, okay. So not too much about that.
If you're a bit tired this morning, okay, you understand why it is. They've had a difficult night with the wedding and the party goers. So tell us what's been happening over the summer in your lives. You finished term back in June, wasn't it, I think? So what's been happening in the last 3 months?
Well, we've been trying to use it as a chance to catch up as family, as during term time I'm all go, so sometimes I don't have a lot of time with family, so we've had a little bit of a holiday, went to the Cotswolds, and we've had some time. Obviously we came down here and visited down here. We also have been getting involved in some clubs, but just a little bit. We did a bushcraft club for our outdoor, what's it called? Our Nature group as well. So some education stuff for the kids. We've been, mine's gone blank, some of the things we've been doing.
We've been to a wedding of my uncle and various other family events. We did a poetry tea time picnic with about 8 other families.
Is that from the church in London that you're with, or
with some other home educating families?
Okay.
And we've been on various trips into London. About a week before the Queen passed away, I think, we went and saw the changing of the guard. We've been to see museums and things like that. So we've just tried to have as much family time as possible whilst still letting John not lose all of the vocab that he's learned over the last year and everything like that.
Yes. Hebrew and Greek? You can ask
Yeah, daily Hebrew and Greek.
Okay. So the new term starts later this month, and anything in line for you there, John? What's on the curriculum?
Yeah, so as I'm a second year, I have to take on some responsibility. So I've been given the task of leading the prayer group, which is for all the students. After Thursday lectures, we gather together and just have a chance to pray together over anything that we need to pray about, and it's a nice time really to gather together as students and help each other out. There'll be some more intense study, I guess. The Hebrew only gets tougher from here on in, they say, so that's really encouraging if you've enjoyed it so far, and the Greek as well. And also there's lots of new bits in the subjects that we'll be enjoying, but it'll be really good fun. So it'll be fun, but it's really intense. So it's going to kick in again, get intense again after this lovely rest. And then Katie's also doing some new things as well. So she's doing a course called Flourish. You might want to say about that?
So I think there are something like 9 or 10 sessions throughout the year from September till June. And it's a course for women, just to kind of deepen your faith, deepen your understanding in the Bible. So I think on the first 4 sessions I'll be doing with one of the lecturers interpreting Old Testament prophecy, or I can't remember all of the different sessions. And then there's more practical sessions, I think, in the afternoons on hospitality and evangelising to Muslim women and supporting people who are in crisis situations. Oh, thank you. Bored of mummy. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's a really good opportunity for me to... I don't think I'm going to have many opportunities to spend quality time studying after this year, so I'm really excited to do that. And my mum's really kindly coming and looking after the children all day on those days. So yeah, that's really exciting.
And you'll be homeschooling?
And home educating, yeah, we're going to ramp it up a little bit more. Albie will have technically just finished reception, so he's now technically going into year 1. So we're going to ramp it up a little bit more and start to be a little bit more intentional. My plan is to really start, really start doing more school type things from the age of 6. So this year is all about me easing him into what that's going to look like in a year's time, so that it doesn't come as a shock to the system. So we play a lot, we go outside a lot, we spend lots of time with friends, museum trips. That's going to make the most of being in London, going to museums and galleries. But yeah, we're going to start. He's looking at me thinking,
He's thinking, that's what you think.
yeah, start being a bit more intentional and doing more school type activities this year.
Now, one important piece of information which I learned from you this weekend, I wanted to tell other people here, you've got a house in, remind me, Braintree, isn't it? Yeah, which you had some tenants there, and they were going to move out in May, and you were going to sell in May and buy down here, but that's all changed now, isn't it? What's happening there?
So we had a conversation with our tenants over the summer, because their contract was going to be renewed in September, see what they wanted to do. We were hopeful they wanted to buy it from us or stay in until the rest of the term to give us some income, but they said they wanted to move out in January. So we're now looking at, because they've done the house up so lovely as well, we're going to get the photos done for there and thinking about selling our house around that time. January, February is when they want to move out. So we're going to get the photos done because, like we say, the house looks really gorgeous, better than what we had it as. And so hopefully get a bit more. So we're looking at selling it around there, hopefully trying to find somewhere to buy down here around that time as well. So we're buying a bit earlier than we thought we would, but we thought it would probably work out better than trying to find some new tenants, just because we're a bit worried with our brother's tenants have been quite terrible and use it as a dog training facility. So we were like, what if we get a random dodgy one in? It might not be too good. So we're looking at buying that time there. So maybe by Easter we might have a house down here, and if we do come down, at least we'll have somewhere to stay. So.
Okay, brilliant. So in fact, in some senses, they're coming down here to be a lot earlier than we thought. Certainly, in 10 months you'll be here properly, but even before then, maybe 6 months' time or so, you'll be buying a house here. So let's pray for that, the house purchase, house sale as well as the house purchase. Anything else we can pray for over these next few weeks and months before we see you next, probably in December? Anything else apart from the host, obviously the things you mentioned, the course, we'll be leading the prayer group, Katie's, what should we do with the ladies, the flourish,
yeah, I mean,
house.
Yeah, there's all those things going on, so it's quite intense. So once we get into it, it's all go. And there can be times where it just really stretches us as a family as we're growing as well, and all the change as well that's going to be going through for the kids. Now to deal well with change that much, so it'd be just big prayer for us to endure this time, and not just endure it, but actually make the most of it and be able to get through it would be really, really helpful. So just some strength from God to get through and make the most of every moment we have.
Okay, thanks very much.